Welcome back to the Stephen Knight Show. Thank you so much for joining us tonight. This is day one before the election. I can't believe we're already here. So we're discussing all things politics. And we are joined by one of the co-hosts of the new podcast, Let's Be Clear. His name is Shaq. How you doing, Shaq? Thank you for joining us tonight.
I'm doing well. Thank you. I'm happy to be here.
So listen, I know you all are outspoken on your podcast. Tell us a little about it.
Yeah, sure. So, fairly new. Let's Be Clear is a I don't want to say a personal blog between two best friends. So I'm originally from Mississippi, and my best friend is from Mississippi as well. We met in college, and we just kind of been inseparable since. Talk about any and everything, a lot of topics, and as you guys know, sometimes you can't talk to everyone about everything.
Right.
So it is a true blessing. And we, as life starts lifing, and we still communicate, but we just thought it would be better to just kind of bring it to the camera. And so you get a lot of out personality, very outspoken. And we just completed season 1. So
congratulations.
to the podcast world. We're working on season 2 right now, and we're actually working on a mini series called The Sessions, which is kind of like our individual personalities in between the season 2, just to keep the engagement up and talk more vividly about the wild topics of pop culture, politics, and etc. So,
and where can people learn more or follow you?
So our Instagram is official LBC Pod. That is Instagram, YouTube, Twitter, TikTok, all the platforms.
All right.
Please follow us, show us love.
Well, thank you again for joining us tonight. Remind you, we're all over social media, Facebook, X, and of course, our Instagram, The Stephen Knight Show. Please go to our YouTube channel, The Stephen Knight Show, if rather watches, subscribe, comment. We appreciate the love. Now, again, we know tomorrow is election day, the last day to vote. Make sure you know what time the polling closes in your area. Make sure your voice is heard. It's also Breast Care Awareness Month, so make sure you're doing what you got to do to make sure you're healthy and stay on top of all that. All right, so rest of the fam, how y'all feeling on this Monday?
Oh, just wonderful.
I know we're going to talk about the election and all. Are y'all having any kind of anxiety? I was watching the news earlier, and they're talking about the amount of anxiety people are having. How are y'all feeling?
Same.
Yeah, I'm fine.
I'm dealing with it. I'm preparing myself.
I did my part.
There's a lot of praying going on. It's a lot of praying going on.
Yes.
Yeah. Amen. Well, listen, our question of the day is, here's a scenario. You get ghosted, but the person doesn't miss a beat, liking your posts, viewing your stories. Now, do you block them? Do you confront them? Or do you just let it be? Linnea.
So Chike and I, we talk about this a lot. I think it depends on the situation. Some people, you can go ahead and watch. I don't care. Others have gotten blocked. So it depends on the situation. Depends on what you did. That's all I can say. Right now, with some people that's watching because I want them to watch. So how y'all doing?
What about you, Chike?
That's precisely right. I mean, listen, that's my bestie over there. So we kind of agree on the same thing. Those you need to watch and suffer. And then the other ones, good riddance.
I heard that. Brittany?
Yeah, I think for me, it depends. Most of the time, I'm probably not going to care. Like, even if you did something wrong to me, I probably wouldn't care. Like, I want you to watch my come up.
And what about you, Shaq?
Yeah, I'm kind of sad with Brittany. Like, I don't even check who watches my stories, so I really wouldn't care. And honestly, I feel like they probably gonna block me before I block them.
Yeah, like who actually goes back and look at the watch list and go through that?
A lot of people
can't do that. That's too much time in my day.
I feel like the only time, and like I said, Chike and I have these conversations. The only time I find out that I've been blocked or something is if somebody asks me about somebody that I haven't talked to in a long time, and I'm like, I haven't like interacted with that person, so I don't know. And then I go check, and I'm like, oh,
And that's another thing. Like, are we talking about a ghost after we didn't have sex? Like,
would
this
depend.
person ghost me after that, or is it like a friendship, or like they just fell off? Because if we didn't have sex and I ain't heard from you,
I mean, I done ghosted after some sex. I ain't even.
I've done it to people, but I ain't never had that done to me, so I don't know how it would feel.
Stop sliding in my DM.
Maybe sometimes that ghost is God just saying, "Hey, just move along."
I agree.
Let it go.
Exactly. That's
I
true.
agree. Yeah, I always say I block, but I never block anyone. Like I never block one. I'll just
So
ignore.
now there's a certain type of hater that comes and they just bring negativity. You got to get blocked. I can't do that. Like everyone shouldn't be exposed to the negativity that I witnessed from an individual. Like you got to go.
Yeah, I'm good at ignoring though. That's my superpower. But let us know on X. You get ghosted, but the person doesn't miss a beat, liking your posts, viewing your stories. Do you block them, confront them, or let it be? Let us know. Steve and I Show SHO. All right. So this is what's happened today in our 2024 election. Now, CBS News' most recent polling analysis shows that the race between VP Harris and former President Trump is still a toss-up in the 7 battleground states. More than 78 million Americans have already voted. And so typically when we have that much voting, the Democrats usually do early voting, but they've been pushing Republicans to do it as well. So it's kind of hard. Like Trump will go on in his rally saying that they're winning. There's no way to win because they don't start actually counting the actual who votes for who until election day when the doors close. But Harris is crisscrossing Pennsylvania today with events in Allentown, Reading, and Pittsburgh, followed by a star-studded concert and rally in Philadelphia. Trump, he started his day in Raleigh, North Carolina. He went to Pennsylvania for rallies in Reading and Pittsburgh, and ends with a rally in Grand Rapids, Michigan. Now, I know I asked you all about how you feeling about the election. I'll start with you, Shaq. How are you keeping yourself sane through all this?
Sane. Oh, that's a good one. I think that you got to have a mental capacity to know what's going on, to understand where your vote matters and what's important to you in order to kind of drown out the noise. So for me, I think that, it's historic. We're on the verge of having the first Black female president. And to me, to live through that, this is history. And I want to be able to keep myself together in order to tell that history appropriately. So I don't get into the comments a lot, which is hard on certain things. I try to push truth out there to those who are around me, family members, especially who are not too keen on politics. They just kind of stay on the surface level, which is, very confusing right now.
Right.
So I just try to make sure that I'm well informed, but I'm not too get my emotions too much into it, because that is when it kind of takes you out of character.
Yeah.
I've seen that on some of my comments.
And Brittany, what conversations are you having? Are your people, are they talking about this election? Are they debating about the election? Are they what conversations are happening around you and your people? Brittany.
Sorry, y'all, my computer froze.
Oh, that's okay.
No, we have conversations about it, but it was funny because I was talking to my girlfriend about this, and I was like, for me, I need a little bit of the satire mixed with the facts. Like, so for us, I like the comedy mixed in with a little bit of the seriousness. So like, I saw the white man at the poll lose his shit because he couldn't wear the Trump hat
Right.
and go crazy on them people. And so then, I saw that. I've seen a few other things where like the early ballots had fell off the truck and they had to turn those in. Like, but then I've also seen things where like, you know, they'll put on a little meme and be like, United States gender reveal is tomorrow. Like, so
Yeah.
I have to do a little bit of both. So
Mhm.
to kind of like take the edge off. And I don't even go down a rabbit trail of like reading the comments because it gets too aggressive in there for me.
Yeah. I read the comments and I respond. And but where I've avoided, I didn't understand why I was seeing so much political posts on LinkedIn. You know, typically that's professional work, you know, related. And then I noticed someone apparently I used to work with years ago. I don't even remember him, but a lot of people we had connect in common were old coworkers who all worked same place. And he was liking all the negative things about Kamala, and he was, you know, doing the most. So I did unfollow him on there. And so I would read the comments and I would, no, this is my, they didn't know where I work. They got all my information. And then finally on Thursday, I someone made a post about they don't want to hear anything about Trump being racist, and they're posting all these pictures over the years where he's been with black people. And so I did a quick Google search. Please, you know, how has Trump been racist? And I just posted the article. And I had a field day by the time I got home from work. Linnea, what conversations are you having? How are you feeling?
I mean, I have a lot of angst.
Yeah.
I'm anxious. My anxiety is a little high right now. You know, my conversations haven't been too crazy. You know, Chike and I talk, you know, you know, my boyfriend and I, we talk. You know, my son not really a talker. So, you know, it's kind of like, you know, me and my dad already did our mail-in votes back in October.
Yeah.
So that was done. My brother is taking my mom tomorrow. But I will say this. Oh, I can't wait till it's over.
Gosh.
And I just want to give a shout out. Last night I was on my first win with Black women phone call last night. It was a great call. It was an emotional call. Dr. Bernice King opened us up in prayer. Lettucey was on, Brandy Evans was on. It was so many people on, Star Jones, Donna Brazil, and we closed out with prayer. And Vice President Kamala Harris did come on last night, which was amazing. And she spoke for a few minutes. And it was just this feeling of, I don't know, I felt good in that moment. You know what I mean? Like I felt good. It was so many people on that call.
Yeah.
And it was an amazing call. And I just hope that, you know, all the work that people have been doing, especially Joteka Edie, who put together Win with Black Women. She's like the head of that. Yeah. That just started a whole chain of cat women for Harris and creatives for Harris
Black
and
men
even
for Harris.
yeah, like
White
Black
dudes
men
for
for
Harris.
Harris. Some of those representatives were on last night as well. So I'm ready for it to be over.
Right. Well, Chika, this is what they're saying we should expect and shouldn't expect election day. There will be some breakdowns, mistakes, and disinformation this year, but none of that should be confused with election altering fraud. This is from CBS News election law contributor David Becker, who told 60 Minutes this. They said, come election day, voters shouldn't expect to get results quickly in many races. Definitely don't expect to know who controls the U.S. House of Representatives. There are a lot of very close races, even places like California, that will take days or maybe even weeks to resolve. The Senate we might know a little bit sooner, but it's unclear. We'll have a pretty good idea who won the presidency on Thursday or Friday. Chike, can you wait that long, or how do you feel about us not knowing, potentially not knowing on Wednesday morning who's going to be our leaders?
I mean, it's the nature of the game, isn't it? I mean, we've been here before, and not so grave before, but we've been here before. And I can say this. I have faith, one, and I've been on the campaign. Actually, Linnea knows I told her I was dreading it, but I actually had to do door-to-doors. And what I'm noticing is that this thing is a movement. It's not just your regular election. It's not even the same as when Barack went. This is
Yeah.
a little different. And I'm noticing that the people that I'm working with, they all have the same mindset in the sense of wanting to be better, the human condition, and we're all here together.
Mm.
And you have the opposition, which is pretty much, in my opinion, is thinking shallow and immediate and things and advancement, things that are temporary.
Yeah.
Yeah. So yeah, it feels different to me. I have faith. I think it's going to be good because of that movement feeling.
Mm. I was having a conversation with someone at work, and I was saying they always talk about the polls in the battleground states. I ain't been polled one time. I live in Georgia, but I'm hoping that it's such a blowout. It's such a blowout that we'll know a lot sooner, and there won't be any way to kind of contest it. Like Trump is already trying to set it up by saying people are cheating, and it's a normal thing. But stars are joining Harris at a rally in Philadelphia this evening. Now, Oprah Winfrey and a lineup of music stars will join her as she seeks to energize, support, and mobilize voters at a concert rally in Philadelphia. According to Harris's campaign, the vice president will be joined by Lady Gaga, DJ Cassie, Fat Joe, Freeway, Just Blaze, DJ Jazzy Jeff, Ricky Martin, The Roots, Jasmine Sullivan, and Adam Blackstone. The event will be at the bottom of the Philadelphia Museum of the Art Steps, along with Benjamin Franklin Parkway. The art museum will be closed on Monday. The rally and the concert marked the campaign's final get out the vote effort to get voters to the polls ahead of Election Day on Tuesday. Now, a lot of people, there have been a lot of celebrities have come out, especially in the last few days, to endorse Kamala. Harrison Ford recently did it, J-Lo, and many others. Will Ferrell, he did over the weekend. And people say that these endorsements really don't move the needle. Do you think celebrity endorsements are important, Brittany?
I do. I do. I was listening to the radio, and they were saying like Bill Clinton was the kind of like the first president that had like the social aspect where he had the scandal. He was all in the media, and he was in commercial. He had did a lot of like just putting himself outside of the White House and in our face. And they were saying that like how well Kamala's campaign is being run, even her Saturday Night Live.
Mhm.
So I know that the Republicans are mad about that. They said it exceeded some amount of time on air or something like that. But that was really, really good, I guess, for the campaign. I think her campaign is being run great. And I think that
Yeah.
it all of this, like, it's putting her in our face, and it's like what we need. I went up to North Georgia to go apple picking. A friend of mine found this place. I've never even heard of LJ, Georgia. It's like 3 hours from Atlanta. And when I tell you everything up there is Trump, 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 and it looks like they don't even own a TV. Like their homes, like where they live,
I've
is
been there.
so rural, and so like it just looks like they don't even have colored TVs in their home. But if they do, it's good to know that like Kamala is showing up on network television. Any celebrities they watching, is bringing this issue up. Will Ferrell came out with a whole commercial about her.
Mhm.
Like even when Maya Randolph or Rudolph or whatever her name is did
Rudolph.
that whole play with her name in different words. Like I felt like that was so catchy and cute. Like to get her name right. I know that Scrappy and a bunch of black men came together and taught people how to pronounce their names. I think all of this is like really, really important and great PR. So whoever running her campaign, baby, that check better be good because that is really good PR.
Yes, they have been killing, especially even on social media. And Shaq, I know Beyonce's your girl. And she came to the rally in Houston. Her and Kelly Rowland, along with Tina Knowles. How impactful do you think celebrity endorsements are?
I think they're very impactful. I mean, we live in a social media driven world right now.
Yeah.
So I think what Kamala is doing is she's reaching for excuse me, for where they are. So they're on social media, she's gonna get there. And let's not be mistaken, the other party knows that as well. Excuse me. They know that as well. I think that they are important because there's controversy in that when people feel like celebrities should just be quiet and just be a celebrity and not do anything. But when we're in this world where, kids look up to, Taylor Swift, Beyonce, and other these celebrities, I think it's very important for them to understand to get that message out because some kids are not going to watch, CNN, or 18-year-olds that are able to vote. They're not going to watch CNN all the time. They're just going to get their news and their media from TikTok, from social media. So I think that it's important to have those celebrities who are, who has millions of followers to say, look, this is what's going on. This is what's important to me. This is why you should pay attention to this. And this is why I'm endorsing Kamala Harris. So I think it's very important.
Yeah. And Chike, on Friday, Glorilla, Cardi B performed at a rally for her. LeBron James came out on Friday and endorsed her. And he said it started out for him when the whole shut up and dribble comments came out when he got political. And how impactful do you think? Do you think celebrities, people of influence, and I like what Shaq said, it's a social media age, and people, they're not going on CNN to see Glorilla. You know what I mean? So what do you think about that celebrity endorsement?
I wholeheartedly agree. I think that it is a huge difference with celebrity endorsement. And I'm going to flip it around and I'm going to show you how. Because it's my belief that most people are interested in Donald Trump because he was a reality TV show star. So that gives him popularity. This is the greatest reality show that we've ever watched.
Yeah.
And if people start looking at it as such, they can see the buffoonery in it because it's working.
Yeah.
You have half the America still believing in Santa Claus. Like, come on. So, yes, celebrity endorsements do mean a great deal. And before there was an influencer, you had your celebrities, your musicians, your actors, So, yeah, they're doing their job.
The real influencers.
Definitely
Yeah.
agree. Well, look, we'll take a quick commercial break. We'll come back, find out why some Trump supporters in Pennsylvania are under fire after a skit they did at a Halloween parade. Plus, we're paying tribute to the late Quincy Jones. Right back after this.